Alright, well, a very happy good morning to you. Today's video would be a little bit different than what you normally see me do. So I don't know if you know, but I am a trail maintainer on a section of the Appalachian Trail. And we're going to go up, we're going to check out the trail, to see if it needs any work, any obstacles up there. We're also going to pick up any trash. I brought a trash bag with me. So let's go check this out. Let's see how I maintain a section of the AT. To give you a little location where we are. So this is Blue Mountain Drive. Came up here. So we are actually at the Lehigh Gap parking area. So my section begins. This is a power line cut, so it begins from the power line cut, it goes all the way over to the new Palmerton lookout. So right here, so this little section here is what we're going to do. Of course, if you follow this down, that's Lehigh Gap. So in one of my previous videos, I did to climb up to Lehigh Gap to the Palmerton overlook. So this is what's beyond this to Lehigh Gap. So that's the area we're going to be in today, and we're going to be walking that and just checking out for trash and any debris that's around here. And this trail is actually rerouted, so it'd be interesting to see the reroute, because they were doing work in here last time I was up here, but we will always see the difference up here. Just coming up this new section. This is all new. Coming up this rock face here gives you decent lookout. That is facing south. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So we're almost to the top of the power lines, and then I get out my stuff, and then we'll start taking care of the trail, and I'll show you how I do that. This is a new little section up here. Looks like a little wind shield with a nice little lookout here. We'll go up here. Yeah, this is part of the, so they rerouted this coming up the hill. Oh yeah, that's nice. And that's going up to the Blue Mountain, the ski lodge is right up that way. The Blue Mountain Ski Lodge. So this is looking north. See, you can see the power lines up there. So that's where my section starts once you get to the power line. So this is just coming up here. This is from Lehigh Gap to the power line. So nice little place for a snack here. We got some nice little built-in rock chairs. And then a lookout looking south. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice up here. Alright, so we made it to the power line clearing, so this is where my section starts. So I have a little clippers here. We're going to clip any like thorny branches along the way. I also bought a trash bag with me. We're going to pick up any loose trash along the way. You can see the beautiful overlook behind me. It's looking north, so let's go. Let's see. We're going to look for any obstacles. I'll show you what I'm looking for. By the way, that section I came up is fantastic. It's a reroute of basically the climb up here. I may do another video just on that section. You saw bits and pieces of it earlier, but I want this video to be just about trail maintenance. So come along, let's do some minor maintenance. If there's anything that I can't do, like a big tree branch or something, I'm going to write it down and then contact Keystone Trails Association. You know, they have, who is the organization I volunteer for, and they have big guys that can come in with a chainsaw, and they can do a little bit more work than I can do. I'm also looking for any trail that is, that's starting to erode, or that the water is getting to. So those are all the things I'm looking for. To be very frank, this section of the trail is one of the easier ones to maintain. But so I usually get up here about twice a year. I come up here in the spring and then again in the fall. So let's take a look and see if there's anything we need to take care of. All right, so this is a good example here. You can see a little bit of what I'm talking about. So this, a lot of this is, some of this is from tire tracks, but some of it is from water. So you can see the indentation, how the water is just running down there. So there needs to be a way that the water can get out that way. So we'll walk down here, and there should be, if the trail maintainers that are going to have come and doing the job, there should be a little outlet for the water to get by. A great example. This area here is very swampy. Water tends to collect. So they have a path that runs outside the trail, and then the water, you can see the water, it can drain down there. It goes down the mountain instead of down the trail. You want it to go natural. You want the water to have a natural outlet. So it goes down the water instead of coming here on the trail, and making this not passable for a hiker. There's a little swampy area, and then if it floods, it can go right down here, and then right down the mountain. Because as a hiker, now also am I maintainer, I'm also a hiker. I want a clear path. If there's mud on the trail, hikers tend to go around the mud, and that's a good way to erode the trail. So the goal is to keep everyone on trail. So obviously, if there's mud, we have to find a solution to the mud to get them off, to keep them on trail. So they don't have to walk around and avoid the mud. All right, people, pack it out. If you're gonna come up here to drink, that's great, but please pack out your trash. See, this tree is fallen, and that the tree trunk broke and is laying here across the trail. I might call that in and inform the people with chainsaws to come cut this down just to keep people safe. You don't want that falling on there. So yeah, so cleaning up trash, checking for that stuff, basically what I'm doing. And then up here is a section which needs to be trimmed. Usually it needs to be trimmed a little bit. So we'll go check that out. This section here is part of the new reroute. A lot of these trees are on the younger side just because of the Superfront site up here. So you're not going to see the big, thick trees that you would up in New England or even in the Smokies and elsewhere in North Carolina. So fairly easy, because if these trees fall down, it's not going to impede the pathway. You'd be easy able to step over them. So. But it's a beautiful little area here with these short pine trees, the pine needles. Beautiful area. So we're going to continue on, and we're going to end at the Palmerton lookout. I will link the video down below from Lehigh Gap to that overlook, so you can see what the other side is like. But it's a beautiful section of trail. All right, so this area here always needs some TLC because you have some thorn bushes that stick out here. So we're going to trim this a little bit, so when the hikers come through, they don't have any obstacles on the way. Because you want, like I said, when you're hiking, you want a clear path, and you don't want any prickly thorn bushes to stick here. So we're trim this, get this looking nice and sharp. actually, we're gonna put my gloves on so these thorns don't stick to me. All right, that looks a lot better. Nice and clear path. Doesn't do any harm to them. It's just like trimming your rose bushes at home. You know, sometimes they just need to be cut back. Plants are perfectly fine. They're start coming alive here in a few weeks up here. Once spring comes to the top, so no harm. But we keep a clear path for the hikers, so they can come through and not have to worry about you know, getting stuck on some thorns. And we are here at the new Palmerton overlook. You probably saw this in my other video where I went from Lehigh Gap. So this is the end of my section. I'm gonna take a little lunch break here, or snack break actually. It's a nice little rock over here. I'm gonna sit down, and then we're gonna head back. One last look at the Palmerton overlook. That's Palmerton down there, and that's the section we did the other day. Off Lehigh Gap is down that way, and the rest of the AT. All right, so I'm going to head back towards the car. I probably won't take the AT back because it'll be shorter going down the fire road. It's funny, one of the YouTubers I watch, the Wandering Woodsman, he does a lot of horseshoe trail hikes, and he always takes a different way back. So I'm gonna channel the Wandering Woodsman, and I will take a different way back, a way that's a lot shorter than what I did. And if I see anything interesting, I will let you know. But if not, I will see you back at the car. All right, so we are at the end of the almost back to the parking lot. So that's a little bit on how I maintain a section of the Appalachian Trail. Pretty easy. Like I said, this section's pretty easy to maintain. I just have to, I usually come here twice a year, once in the spring. Then I'll be back in the fall just to make sure that it looks good for the winter, just to trim it back. Once all the through hikers come through in June, just come through, clean up any trash they leave or anything like that. So thanks for coming along. I'm probably headed to the Slopeside pub or grill for some lunch, since it's right here. So thanks for joining, and we'll see you in the next adventure.